Hey everybody, I might as well just keep it going here. So, yesterday I had an MRI, and MRIs they're a sore spot for me. I don't know what's going on with the time. Okay, anyway, so for the MS, I haven't had an MRI since, it's been 2 years. And my stance on the whole thing is what's the point? So, say something changed in my brain or in my spine. What does that matter? It doesn't influence the treatment at all. It doesn't assist in my treatment whatsoever. Like, I'm all about doing things. I'm all about getting better, being proactive, and MRIs serve pretty much no purpose as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to a different doctor now than I was before, and I found out something that, just ticks me off. But the doctor that I was seeing prior to this doctor, they were a part of like some studies or something, and they used to have me go for MRIs like every 6 months. When I went and got like my blood tested for metals and things like that, gadolinium was excessively high. So, gadolinium is the contrast that they inject you with when they're taking an MRI. That's how many freaking MRIs I was going for. And it's not an in and out. It takes up so much darn time. Since I'm going to this new doctor, I go to a new location for my MRI, so it's not as horrible. But the previous place that I was going to, they used to have me use their facility for MRIs. There's always an ulterior motive. Come to find it's like they had to pay for this machine. They were like using me like as a pawn for like their research stuff. And I'm not trying to sound like a conspiracy theory person, but there was ulterior motive. Like, there was no reason for me to be getting so many darn MRIs. Did nothing for my treatment, did nothing for me. Anyway, so I went, my neurologist is cool now. He's like, look, you don't have to go if you don't want to. Here's the script. I'm not going to do contrast, not going to do your spine, because the spine takes forever. So when I used to go for MRIs, it would be my brain and my spine with and without contrast. It's like, oh my gosh, it was like hours. It was horrible. So anyway, so my husband was like, let's just do it. Just go, whatever. So I went for my brain MRI with no contrast yesterday. And my appointment was at 10:30. They were running behind. So I didn't get in there till like 11 o'clock. I was ticked about that. I wanted to just leave, but happy I stuck it out. Whatever. So I did that. But that's just my take on MRIs. Like, if you have MS or autoimmune anything and your doctor wants to continue sending you for MRIs, like, my whole position on it is like, what's the point? Especially for MS. What is the point? If there's progression, like, I don't want to know about it. I'm just trying to move in the right direction. I'm trying to do everything I can to help myself, So that's it. And the other thing I was telling my husband, which is so silly, it makes me feel so violated. I don't know why, but this is like my public therapy, so here we go. Like, when I go for MRIs, I just feel so violated. I don't know why. It's like they're checking out my brain or my spine or whatever, and it's like just for like gawking purposes, I guess, like I said, because it's not like it's going to assist in my treatment or anything. It's like I'm doing Ocrevus now, thank God, which is, like I mentioned, that's the infusion I had at the end of August. I've had it 3 times so far, and I've heard amazing things about this drug. It's you get it intravenously, And coolest story. When I was going for Ocrevus for the first time, I got a text message like a couple days prior to going, and it was from one of my friends, Larry, that I hadn't talked to in so I hadn't talked to him in so long that I did not have his phone number in my phone anymore. I never delete people's numbers from my phone. If you're in there, odds are you're going to be in there for a long while. But anyway, so I deleted Larry's number from my phone. He text messaged me from an airport in Florida. He was like, "How you doing?" And I was like, whatever. I'm in a wheelchair, not the best." And he was like, "No way." He was like, a woman that I met in the airport in Florida has MS, and she just walked through the airport faster than me." And he was like, "She's doing Ocrevus." How great. I took that as such a wonderful sign. And I was like, "Oh, that's amazing. I love hearing stuff like that." I was like, "But I'm in a wheelchair, so I'm not doing that great." He was like, "So was she. She was in a wheelchair, and she's taking Ocrevus now, and she's clearly doing really well to be walking faster than him through the airport." I was like, "That's awesome." So, praying that this drug does wonderful things for me. They say it takes like 3 months for you to feel benefits from it. So, like I said, I had it at the end of August, so that would put me end of November. I try not to pressure on myself in terms of treatments and my response to it or whatever it is, what it is. Ocrevus, people can get it once a year for maintenance, or you can get it once every 6 months. My doctor's got me going every 6 months because he wants so badly for me to improve, as do I, as does my husband. So we'll see. Even our kids, they're the sweetest little things. They, like we say our prayers, and the 6-year-old is like, "I want mommy to walk," and I'm like, "Oh, me too." It's crazy. I was walking when they were babies. When I was pregnant with both of these kids, with all of our kids, all 3 of them, I was walking. I can't imagine what it's like to be pregnant and disabled. I don't want to know, but God bless anyone that has undergone that. Anyway, so I do the Ocrevus every 6 months. I went for an MRI yesterday, and I don't know. I guess I'll tell you guys next time what the results are. I hope they're good. Maybe it got better. I don't know. One time I went for an MRI, and it actually got a little better. I have some lesions, they call them, which are spots. So you get lesions on your brain and lesions on your spine as well. And I had lesions in my, what do you call it, cerebral spine, upper, and that's what impacts my ability to walk. So one time I went for an MRI, and my awesome neurologist, who has passed away since then, he said, "Oh my gosh, it's gotten better." So it actually improved a little bit, which is the best news you could possibly want to hear. I was like, sweet. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's my update with the MS garbage. Like I said, I have an amazing life. I have an amazing husband, beautiful children. I am so grateful. I just would love if I was not physically disabled in a wheelchair. I would love to physically be more a part of this amazing life. Anyway, God bless you guys. Talk to you again.